Hey everybody, we're going live a little early here. So the stream is always about 30 seconds behind. So we're going to go ahead and go live early, a few seconds early here. We're going to wade into things, right? So we're going to have people joining a few minutes late here. So looks like we got a couple of people on. That's great. And again, I'm just going to go ahead and just do some warm up here. Just do some talking. I'll probably repeat a few things as we go here. Again, just going live to get this started. Stream is about 30 seconds behind. We should be broadcasting to both LinkedIn and to YouTube. We're super excited about this. I'm going to go ahead and again just keep kind of wading into this here as people continue to join. Quick introduction, and again, this is something I'll repeat as people join here. My name is Ben Cutler. I'm one of the co-founders and the head of sales at Match Data Pro. We are essentially simplifying big data management, right? This is really exciting. This is cutting edge technology. And it's something we'll talk about more in detail as we go here through. So again, just wading into this as people are likely still joining here. So please do me a favor. If you've already joined the stream today, please do me a favor and chat in. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know your name, where you're joining from. I would really appreciate that. See if we can get the algorithms going here. Hopefully people are going to comment in, they're going to like the stream, maybe even share the stream, again, so we can push this out to your networks as well. So I see people joining. Again, we're just wading into this here. My name is Ben Cutler, one of the co-founders at Match Data Pro, and we're just kind of warming up here as people are likely still joining. So want to thank everybody for joining today. And again, please comment in wherever you're joining from, LinkedIn, YouTube, comment in, let me know your name, and let me know where you're joining from. Let me know if you can hear me. I would appreciate that. Awesome. So again, we're a few minutes into here, and I'm looking for comments before. Hey, there we go. I see a comment. Awesome, Josh. Great to see you. Really appreciate it. We're expecting a much larger crowd today, so we don't want to get started too soon. Again, started the live a little bit early. It's always about 30 seconds behind. Josh, again, great to see you. Thank you for commenting in. Really appreciate that. The number that I see hey, look at that. We got some others. Hear me loud and clear. That's awesome. Libba, great to see you from Cleveland. Ed, awesome. Great to see you. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate you commenting in. So the number that I see on my screen here is apparently different. So that's awesome. I love it. Love to see people on here. Really appreciate you commenting in. Please keep commenting in. Again, I want to make sure that we've got a good group here before we really drill into it, before we really get started. Chris, Italy, great to see you. Chris, thank you for joining. Really appreciate it. Again, Josh, thank you for joining. Ed, Libba. See if we have any others here. Emad, great to see you. Really appreciate you joining today. Great to see the comments. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Again, I don't want to jump into it too soon if nobody's on yet. So really appreciate you commenting in. Again, my name is Ben Cutler, one of the co-founders and head of sales at Match Data Pro. Just warming up here. Again, please, if you're new to the stream here, comment in, let me know your name, let me know where you're joining from. And I'll know that we're a little closer to getting started. Suzanne, great to see you. New Haven, Connecticut. Great. Really appreciate it. Daniel, thank you. Great to see you. Really appreciate you joining. Glad to have you here today. Again, please, people, comment in. Let me know where you're joining from. Let me know your name and where you're joining from. Would really appreciate it. I want to see a big crowd here. We've got a good 50 people registered for the event today. I only see the number 4 on my screen, and I can't log into LinkedIn at the same time that I'm on the live stream here. So again, it would be great to see your names, where you're joining from. Great to see those comments. Richard, great to see you. Great to see you. Really appreciate you joining. Thank you so much. Thank you for all your support. Looking forward to the event. Love your work. Thank you, Richard. Really appreciate it. The feeling is mutual. Anders, great to see you. Thank you for joining. Awesome. So we've got a few people here. We're about 4 minutes into it. So let's go ahead and start. I've got we've got plenty to talk about today. We're probably going to run about 30, 35, maybe 40 minutes, depending on the engagement. Again, please, Zlatko, great to see you. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate it. Please comment in. I want to see names on the screen. Please let me know that you're here. Let me know where you're joining from. Would really appreciate that. If questions come up along the way, please throw those into the comments as well. Please like and share the event if you think this is potentially useful for folks in your network. Would really appreciate that as well. Josh, great to see you. Thank you. Really appreciate you being here. Awesome. So again, I'm going to go ahead and start warming up here. I'm going to keep looking for comments, and I'll try to acknowledge those comments as they come in. My name is Ben Cutler, one of the co-founders, head of sales at Match Data Pro. We are so thrilled to be here today, and we're so happy to have all of you with us as well. It wouldn't be the same if you guys weren't here. So, thank you so much for joining. Can't do this by ourselves here. We're hosting this event today to launch our Match Data Pro product, which is really cutting edge technology. We're solving a ton of different business problems, and to announce the partnership with Senzing, which is brilliant. It's very, very exciting stuff. Throughout this broadcast, we're going to talk to you a little bit more about Jeff and Senzing and entity resolution and the Match Data Pro company history and the Match Data Pro product and why we've partnered with Senzing and what this means for all of you from different diverse professional backgrounds. Real quick here before we get started, a few shout outs. Really, a big thanks to the entire team at Senzing. Brian, Richard, Jeff. I've got so many names to mention here. You've all been so helpful. Thank you so much. Tyler is yeah. Again, thank you so Anthony. Thank you guys so much for all of your help and support along the way. We're thrilled about this partnership and really really happy about this. Also, a big thanks to the entire Match Data Pro team. Couldn't have done this without you. Again, a lot of work went into this, not just this event, but again, this product launch, this partnership. This is all really exciting stuff. Please keep commenting in if anyone else is here. A few special thanks to people who have supported us along the way. Fred Lidaro, awesome supporter and account manager at Skybell. Bill Schub, Senior Manager, Supply Chain Technology and Analytics at the Lego Group. Bradley Cunningham, Nathan Cunningham. Nathan is the founder and data scientist at Whip Data. Bill Schmarzo, the Dean of Big Data. Really appreciate your support all along the way here. I don't think Bill can make it today, unfortunately. I think he's in another workshop. But Bill, thank you so much for your support. Hopefully you'll see the recording at some point. Cheryl Jorgi, really appreciate all your support. Thank you so much, my friend. Really appreciate it. Really means a lot. Josh Johannes, again, big supporter there. Really appreciate it. Commercial Director at CP Agro. Mahad Sharmarki, founder at SwiftOps. Henrik Liliendale. Henrik, thank you so much for all your support. Henrik is a consultant and co-founder at Product Data Lake, MDM consultant, data quality, product information management. Ryan Cox, account manager at Gartner. Ryan, thank you so much for all your support along the way. I really appreciate it. Jake Strack, co-founder at Mingle. Great new platform to check out. Sarah Hanks, Senior Director of Project Management at GE Transportation. Emad Lodi, I have not forgot about you. Emad, thank you so much for all your support along the way. Thank you for joining us today. Really appreciate it. Olivier Bennett, founder and data scientist, data science consultant at Valoris. Navneet Makni, Senior Director at PwC. Navneet, thank you so much for all your support. Scott Taylor, the Data Whisperer. Thank you so much, Scott. I don't think Scott could be here today. He's doing some traveling this week, but Scott, thank you so much for all your support along the way. Really appreciate it sincerely. Philip Black, founder at Data QG, great person. Philip, ex-IBMer, thank you so much for all your support. Really appreciate it. And a personal friend of mine, Tahira Solomon, consultant and AI program lead at Solomon Business Solutions. Tahira, thank you so much. So here's how we're going to do this, guys. And again, comment in if you're just joining, if you've joined recently, please comment in. Let me know your name and where you're joining from. Would really appreciate seeing that on the screen here. I'm going to kick this off with an introduction to the broadcast today, very short summary of kind of what we're doing. After that, we're going to bring out our special guest, Jeff Jonas. So I see Go Ben. Thank you so much. Please let me know your name. I can't see all names. We're going to bring out Jeff Jonas in a minute here. Really excited about that. Love having Jeff on. I'm super thrilled about this. You guys are going to love this. I'll introduce you to Jeff. I'll tell you a little bit about his story. He and I will talk through the origins of his company, Senzing. We'll talk about entity resolution and data matching and all of the other different terms that we use for this kind of data science. We'll talk about our company history, the Match Data Pro company history. We'll talk through a few things about the partnership and why this is potentially important to you guys joining the broadcast today. We'll talk about our positioning in the market. We're also going to talk about the future of connected data, and then we'll open it up to questions before we finish. So again, all in all, we're probably going to run 30, 35, 40 minutes. We'll leave some time back to your day here. But thank you guys so much for joining. Love having you here. Really excited about this. So again, real quick kind of introduction from my part here. We're hosting the broadcast today to celebrate the launch of the Match Data Pro product and to celebrate our partnership with the Senzing team. The partnership brings together two teams of domain experts, two teams that have spent decades really hyper focused on entity resolution, data matching, deduplication, record linkage, all these different terms for what we do. So again, we're really excited to have you all here today. We're going to try to keep it upbeat. We're going to try to keep it interesting. We're going to try to keep it entertaining, and we're going to try to keep it very relevant for everyone joining today. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring Jeff on the stage here. Let's go ahead and bring Jeff in. Jeff, great to have you.
Hello,
How are you?
Ben.
Love having you here. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. Just so thrilled about this. I'm going to go through a quick introduction of Jeff, and then I'm going to throw it over to Jeff so, he can kind of go a little bit deeper into his own introduction. Jeff is someone that I've been learning from for years. He obviously didn't know that until we met. We met a couple of years ago, and I've been watching him on YouTube and following his talks. And Jeff is a big public speaker, and he really does a lot for this kind of data science space. So I've really learned a ton from Jeff. I have tons of admiration for Jeff. Tons of respect, and I'm thrilled to have him here and thrilled about this partnership. So Jeff is a chief data scientist and CEO of Senzing. Again, really appreciative of your partnership and all of the work that you've done in our space. Reading from your biography here, take a few things here, and then I'll throw it over to you, and you can go a little bit deeper. So Jeff says in the biography here, you are an acclaimed data scientist. You are at the forefront of solving some of the world's most complex business and big data problems for governments and private companies. It says that you are a former IBM fellow, which to me is just huge. It tells me, a company that big, and you're one of the top 200 most important people in the history of the company. It says that you are the leading creator of entity resolution systems. National Geographic recognized you as the wizard of big data, and today numerous organizations rely on your systems to extract useful intelligence from tsunamis of data. It says that for more than 3 decades, you focused on creating technologies that solve the world's biggest data challenges, while also being an advocate for privacy and civil liberties. It says that you've tackled many high-profile challenges, including identifying potential terrorists, detecting fraudulent behavior in casinos, connecting loved ones after a natural disaster, and modernizing voter registration systems. It says here that you're a 3-time entrepreneur and that you sold your last company to IBM in 2005. And it says that at Senzing, you are focused on democratizing entity resolution, making this complicated task for programmers easy. What it doesn't say is that you're a great guy and all the work that you've done in our space, and such a thought leader, forward thinking, and all the expertise that you bring into these conversations. So, Jeff, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to throw it over to you. You want to go deeper and wider into your introduction? Tell us a little bit about your background, and we'll talk about Senzing, then entity resolution, and we'll go a little bit deeper.
Man, way to make a guy blush.
I
You could have brought me on
can't
after you
talk
said all
highly
that.
enough.
Like, what? Jeez. Hello, everybody. I'm Jeff Jonas. I'm the CEO, founder, and chief scientist over here at Senzing. A little bit about our journey. For starters, I'll just tell you, I fell in love with writing software as a 14-year-old, and then just kind of pursued being a software developer my whole life, and had a custom software company. And one of our earliest projects was for TransUnion and the credit bureau, and they had collection agencies, and they needed a debtor management system that needed to have debtor matching, because the word entity resolution didn't exist then. And so we built that. But as a custom software company, it was just a project. Fast forward along, we ended up building another system. It had 1 billion records in it, 4,000 data sources, and it needed record linkage. Fast forward, we end up in Las Vegas, and we build software for the casinos. They're trying to figure out how to make sure the people on this sanctions list by the gaming regulators, organized crime, people using cheating devices, are not kind of sneaking into casinos. They're not like giving them free things if they're actually mobsters. And so we built this software. It became known as NORA, non-obvious relationship awareness, where you're not only trying to find, actually in that system, you're trying to figure out if people on these different kinds of lists, like card counters, are showing up in your loyalty club or casino credit system. So you're matching your records across. But when you're doing that, you start finding duplicates in the loyalty system. And so anyway, non-obvious relationship awareness, because it started finding things that people wouldn't be able to normally find on their own, the kinds of connections. Ultimately, this technology, NORA, caught the eye of In-Q-Tel. You probably haven't heard of that name, but it's the venture capital arm of the CIA. What? I'm like, I'm from Vegas. Those folks normally don't come and, I don't know, hang out with like people from Vegas. So, but they were like, hey, that's pretty cool stuff. Maybe we put a little money in there. So they put a little money in. And then in 2000, that was in 2001. In 2003, we did an A round. We took a little more money from In-Q-Tel, but the lead of that round was Reed Elsevier, the parent company of LexisNexis. And then I hired a CEO to run the company. I demoted myself to chief scientist. And a year and a half later, we sold that company to IBM. So, I'm a one-hit wonder. I got a little platinum record.
One-hit wonder.
45.
You've had software customers since you were like 15, right?
Yeah, I did bankrupt my first company and lived in my car. I was homeless, man. I was 20. That was horrible. So, one face plant, okay, and a one-hit wonder. So there I am. We had sold our 5th generation entity resolution tech to IBM. They acquired us only for our entity resolution technology. You have a product called Identity Insight. It's a great product. It's like my oldest daughter. But there I am at IBM. They didn't think I was going to stay because I was the largest shareholder. But I stayed 11 and a half years. I don't think any CEO founder stayed that long. And the team and I largely stuck together. And in 2009, another executive said, if you had a big idea, we'd fund it. And I said, knowing what I know now, knowing the systems that we've deployed in the biggest organizations for the elites across the world, I'm like, if we started, I have a new way to do this that's radically different. It's not in academia. It's not other methods. It's like, it's self-tuning, self-learning. It's a new type of purpose-built AI that would be explainable in real time. And long story short is they said how much? I said 50 mil. We built it. I got started in 2009. We started shipping it in 2012. This has been a huge piece of work, and we ultimately spun it out. So Senzing is the team, average person, engineer on my team's been with us 20 years, and it's this tech that's our 6th generation industrial strength engine. And our purpose at Senzing is to make world-class entity resolution that can scale up to the biggest and scale all the way down, run on a laptop, or be inside Match Data Pro, and
Yeah.
deliver this so the world can benefit from it. And I would say we sell transmissions, not cars. We don't have a GUI. So as you're going to see in a little bit on the broadcast today, is like way to make entity resolution, amazing and something that humans can use.
I love it. I love it. Uh, Jeff, I never get tired of listening to you.
I'm so tired of listening to myself.
No, I know when you show up to these events and you do, and it's like you talk about a lot of the same things, and then in different ways and things like that. But and I've watched so much of your content, and you and I have talked so many times. But I'll tell you, you are fascinating. The way that you explain things is fascinating, and what we do is fascinating, right? So it's not easy to make that relevant, right, and kind of interesting
Mhm.
for people. And I have so much and I've learned so much from you. I just I just love it. I would. So you've talked through a little bit about yourself and your own background. You've talked, through the Senzing background there. You've talked about entity resolution. I wonder if we can go a little bit deeper into the entity resolution. Or you know what? Now it's a good time. Why don't we put on the video here? So again, folks,
It's
we're
a
going to go about.
movie. This is a short
It's a
movie.
short, but it's short though. It again, we're gonna go, in total, 30, 35, 40 minutes in this event today. Maybe a little bit longer. I doubt it. But we've got time to sneak in a few very, very short videos here. So let's pull up the video here from Senzing. This is the best marketing that I've ever seen on this type of data science. And this is the best B2B marketing video I've ever seen here. So please, folks, comment in. I assume you're going to get sound with the video. If for whatever reason you're not, just let me know.
From the beginning of time, humanity
I
has
love
been
this.
working to better understand our world.
To make the unknown known.
In our quest for knowledge, we are producing an enormous amount of data. In fact, the rate at which it's being collected is outpacing our ability to manage it all. Humanity is missing important discoveries because the data is so scattered and difficult to connect.
Awesome.
One
Thank you,
such
guys.
challenge, connecting the right data to the right person.
My name is Jeff Jonas, and I'm a data scientist. Or am I Jeff Jonas, the Ironman triathlete? Or Jeff Jonas, the founder and CEO of Senzing? Or am I all three?
This is entity resolution.
Compounding the problem, different people can have the same name.
My name's Jeff, and I'm a founder of Senzing.
I'm Jeff Jonas, Joshua Jeffrey Jonas.
Your son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is who?
I've been Jeff Jonas.
He stole my driver's license once.
Why does it matter?
There are a lot of people that could be confused with my identity. Each one has scattered and disconnected data.
I love it.
I hope they find the correct medical records for the right Jeff Jonas. My life could depend on it. Connecting the right data to the right person is the essence of what's known as entity resolution. This is what we do at Senzing. We invented an AI to connect the right data to the right person in real time.
Making connections between data is an age-old problem, and it's getting harder as the amount of recorded data is accelerating.
Let me explain. Here's recorded data, and here is time.
I love this.
In the Stone Age, it's just cave art. Then comes hieroglyphics, then scrolls and maps, then books in the printing press, and then boom, the digital age. More information than ever before. And on this journey, there's been incredible discoveries. Electricity, penicillin, and here, the dawn of computers. Incredible progress as more data gets connected.
Researchers in Africa noticed termite mounds produce natural climate control inside.
This information helped inspire architects to design energy-efficient skyscrapers.
Insect behavior and engineering.
A connection that's easy to miss.
Just imagine the millions of new breakthroughs that could be made by discovering the hidden connections in the data all around us, leading to smarter solutions for global hunger, personalized medicine, and managing climate change.
At Senzing, we hope to inspire others to find more connection in humanity's recorded data. Imagine if we could responsibly harness the seemingly unrelated to reveal the unknown, significantly advancing humankind's progress. Together, we can.
Such a great video.
Ben, I spent a year and a half on the script with 2 movie producer friends of mine that are big movie producers, like big. And then I spent a year and a half getting that thing filmed, including renting the Peabody Library in Baltimore twice, and 3 years to make that movie. And then I pinned it on the wall and didn't release it for 2 years. And I waited for ChatGPT to come out. I didn't know it was coming out, but after that came out, then it was time, because when you can have ChatGPT write a board agenda and then reduce it to a haiku, it's because it's been trained on diverse data. And tying that to entity resolution is, as you combine diverse data, like back to casinos, some regulatory compliance data, plus people applying for jobs, plus vendors, plus casino credit, plus this and that, the kinds of discoveries you make is so diversity, seeing through diverse data and connecting diverse data is just so powerful. Anyway, that's my little movie.
Oh, there's so much good information in there, and it's so technically accurate, right? And it's like, you know, when we're talking, especially, you know, like when we're talking to like data engineers, right? Data engineers are they know kind of almost exactly what we're doing. We don't have to go too deep. We don't have to do too much explanation. Data scientists, right? But when we're talking to the business community, like it can be difficult to explain what we do and the importance, right? And the relevance and what you did in that video is just tremendous. Liba, Suzanne, Christoph, thank you, and Nathan, thank you so much. Really great to see you guys. Really appreciate all the comments. Please keep those coming in. Jeff, it's really just amazing. I mean, and there's so much that you could say there. I mean, in the short video, we talked about research and the power of connecting, seemingly unrelated data to kind of advance our understanding of the world and things like that. But, you've also mentioned, it creates a lot of waste for companies to think you're 2 or 3 people instead of 1, right? I mean, it's like there are so many different examples that we can give of kind of the importance of the relevance. Go ahead, jump in. You look like you had.
No, I was just, nope. You just like, okay. It's so true.
Well, and we think about like the business and how we operate, right? And some of the things that we're supposed to do, right? Data cleansing and data quality and master data management and things like that. And entity resolution sits at the core of all of this, right? Like you boil those things down to their core, and it's like you better find good entity resolution, right? And yeah, so I don't know how much deeper we want to go on this, but I think it's just important to point out that
what it looks like.
Yeah, jump right into the video.
Well, you can do whatever you want. I'm here to serve I'm here to serve whatever you call upon me. But
awesome. All right.
So the way you guys have integrated Senzing as a transmission into the car that you've created is just it's super exciting.
I love it. All right, let's show them the car. All right, so we're going to show you guys the car. We're going to show you the technology. I'll go through a little bit about, just real quick, just, a minute or two, just kind of about our company, some of the things that you need to know and things like that. But again, we want to keep this as relevant as possible. So Jeff is cueing me to cue up the video here. So let's jump into now. This video is fast. Hold on to your seats, please. You're going to see how fast this goes. Again, please comment in. Let me know if for whatever, if you hear the audio, if you're not hearing it, please let me know. I would appreciate that. This is fast. Exciting. Tell the system where to find the data. The system will make it easy for you. All out of the box. Anybody can do it. Point and click.
Way to make entity resolution good looking. Wow, it's so awesome.
Hey, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. There's so much to say. We're solving so many different problems at the end of the day. How do you compress the message? It's an easier way for business people to clean, match, merge, manage data, right? And the world-class Senzing entity resolution is built in, right? Just import the data. Tell the system where to find the data. That can be a file, that can be a database, that can be, you can kind of pull in data from multiple databases and multiple files and just tell the engine where to find the data. And then tell the Senzing entity resolution engine how to map the fields, right? Simple stuff. The software is going to do it for you. Slick UI, I love it. Thank you, Christoph. Really appreciate it. And again, that video is very fast. So some people, if you don't kind of have the background working with this kind of software, it might have been difficult to keep up with. Loved it. Great job, Match Data Pro team. Thank you, Richard. Really appreciate it. But we're solving so many different problems as business people. We have trouble getting access to SQL Server. We have trouble, pulling data down from or back to, Snowflake, right? We have trouble doing, some fairly, simple stuff in like Excel, right? This system just makes everything so much easier. Point, click, name, just tell the system what you want to do and it's going to do it for you. Tell the system what you want to know and the system is going to make that information available to you. So hopefully that was great. A few points worth mentioning. Again, it's really built for anyone, right? Regardless of what kind of solution you might need, SaaS or on-premise, what your environment restrictions might have. It's browser-based, great for remote work, simple to use. Anyone can do it. Minimal training is required. It's no code, point and click. Again, just name and tell the system what to do. Josh, thank you so much. Appreciate it. We have on-screen documentation. It's multi-user. It's multilingual, right? And again, out of the box, you're just just pulling in the data and, just simple configurations, and the system is going to go through and profile your data and tell you kind of things you need to know about the data set, right? And this can come from Excel or SQL Server or PostgreSQL or whatever, kind of databases or files your business is working with, it allows you to easily just kind of cleanse the data and normalize and standardize and transform like the content and the structure of the data. And again, world-class entity resolution right out of the box there. So that is the product in a nutshell. We're at 35 here. I want to make a quick note. I think this should all be relevant, especially in like content, cleaning, matching, merging, managing data, entity resolution. This should be relevant for every industry, every line of business, every different business system, every different type of data. Would all benefit from better and easier ways to clean, match, merge, and manage data. Do you provide an API also? Christoph, thanks for the question there. Yes, API to import and API to run jobs. And it's very simple stuff. Again, it's built for business people. Business people set up a project, and then there's an API, and the API can just kick off the project, right? And then everything is done for you. So very, very simple stuff. Jeff, do you have anything you want to jump in and add? There's your car. What do you think?
One way people could taste this is just maybe export your Salesforce data or your CRM data and import that, and then export. I've done this myself. Do that, and then export your own address book out of your phone or Outlook, and then combine the two and find duplicates in your phone, find duplicates in Salesforce, see the connections between it, learn some extra features to drop back into Salesforce because now you've got a better email address. That would be one interesting thing one could do. Another kind of thing you could do when combining data is you could take your vendor file. This just gives you peace of mind. It's not like this is probably a problem, but you could download your vendor file, and then you could go to opensanctions.org, and you could pull down their sanctions data of global. These are oligarchs, the oligarchs' kids. And you can just see if there's anybody in your vendor ecosystem that is connected to any sanctioned global entity. A company called SafeGraph has a couple of trial size files you could download and use that includes latitude, longitude, and industry code. SafeGraph and Senzing, where you can find those files, and you could import their sample files are Washington State and Moscow. And so with the tool that you guys have, Ben, is people's ability to take and combine different data sets easily and learn where the magic is, and then know where to double down and double click. Oh, we should get some more of that data. We're going to be able to make better decisions on how we onboard, keeping duplicates out of our loyalty club program, or finding a few, clever bad people.
There's so many different use cases that you just touched on, and I love you just gave some like simple things that simple use cases that people can act on immediately. And I like to go back to something I actually saw from Informatica, which is, I reference this all the time. You think about master data management and the way that data matching and entity resolution is used in like master data management, and master data management is different from company to company, right? It's like you've got like the tens of thousands of the world's largest organizations. They have traditional master data management, but there's 300 million registered companies worldwide. What are the rest doing? They're just kind of making things work, and and entity resolution, data matching, sits at the core of like everything we do with data. Everything, if you think about it in the context of like master data management, it's everything from like your initial load, right? You're kind of a company that is getting ready to implement master data management, and you've got data in your, CRM and ERP or something along those lines. You're bringing that data together. Well, you better have world-class entity resolution to bring that data together. And then, next use case within kind of the MDM lifecycle is batch loads or onboarding new data, and that could be new sales data, new supplier data, new product data, whatever it is. Like this literally threads through every part of the enterprise. Jump in.
Another great way to use this is because entity resolution and record matching is in every MDM, CDP, CRM, KYC, AML, vendor supply, because it's everywhere. What your users could do is they could use your tech to just do an audit. Just go, hey, let's see how well we're doing over there. because what they're going to find is with the Senzing Insight engine, the quality of your match detection is going to allow them to find things that their other techs that are not doing, and they're going to wonder why they got 10 full-time people and some very expensive products that they're working on, and they're getting ready to launch their third MDM cleanup for 3 million, and then they just will come and use your product maybe and do a quick audit on it and give them a lot of confidence about maybe, the options they have to take costs out of their operation.
Absolutely. And I've heard, I actually heard, I heard you talking about, AML and all these different systems. And it's true, like every different, for the most part, newer business systems, they all have some kind of like deduplication, kind of built in, but they're really subpar, matching systems, right? Or entity resolution system. They're very, very subpar. I mean, there's no specialization there at all. There's very little, like configurability. At the end of the day, there's very little accuracy, and it's not whatever is built into each of those systems. It's not going to allow. So they're going to miss a ton, but they're also not going to allow you to compare that data with like data from other systems as well.
That their configurability is you open the door and inside it's dim lit.
Right.
And it's a 7 people practiced in the dark art of that widget, tuning little knobs endlessly. Hey, we might want to ask for questions now and let them pile in, because of the lag.
Great point. You got it. So I'll open it up to questions now. Go through a little bit. So we don't go too long, right? We don't want to keep anyone too long here. I'll go through, while questions are coming in, I'll go through a few points just on Match Data Pro, some of the things that might be relevant for you out there. And go ahead, folks, please think through questions that you may have. Jeff, me, our backgrounds, company, product, whatever it is, feel free to shoot those in. Please take advantage. We'll get to as many as we can. And I'll run through, some of the other things that I had planned to talk about on the broadcast today. So like Jeff and his team have roots in IBM, the Match Data Pro team has roots in other commercial technologies as well. We've helped develop several commercial data matching solutions to make it much easier to clean, match, merge, and manage data. We've acquired and serviced tens of millions of dollars in customer contracts, over thousands of customer engagements over the course of the last decade or so. Talk a bit about explainability. Suzanne, great question. I'll come back to that. We've worked with different companies and different industries and different people in all different areas of business. We've worked with all different types of data, customer data, people data, company data, could be, suppliers, consumers, students, citizens, patients, whatever it may be. We've seen all of these different use cases, location data, product data, so on and so forth. We have worked with clients all over the world, and we've even worked with data in different languages. So a ton of experience coming into this, and we love to kind of work together with our customers to implement solutions that are very specific to their use case. Jeff, I've heard you talk about, dozens of different times. There's thousands of edge cases, right?
Yeah.
And, so it's like a lot of the times you do need some tuning, right? Or maybe it's, just go back to garbage in, garbage out, right? And you just think, well, maybe I need to clean up the data a little bit more to get a better output, things like that. So, we work with business people. Typically, we, both sides, technical and business people, but, we're super happy to sit down with business people, look at your data, talk about your scenario, and help implement solutions that get you the very best outcome. That is, that's a bit about kind of the company and company history there. We can jump into questions. Suzanne, can you talk about, it says, can you talk a bit about explainability? And Jeff, I want to throw this question. Can I throw this question to you?
Well, I'd kind of like to take it, but I didn't want to take it from you.
No, please do. Please do.
If you're making an important decision, you better be able to explain it, and you better be able to get the same answer tomorrow. If it's, you don't want to get a different answer tomorrow for the same question. That's really important. And one of the unique things about our purpose-built AI is it can explain why it did it. Like, why did it put this record Ken and John together. We've seen this in a couple of customers, and you say, how did that happen? And it goes, well, this record and that record and this record and that record. And if you look at this tree, you're like, wow. Oh, that's their middle. It turns out that was their middle name. And sometimes they use their middle name.
Yep.
Or sometimes it's a nickname that somebody's picked up. And so, but you want to be able to explain that. And so on the Senzing API in our transmission, you can say how or why did this come out this way, and get a precise answer that is defendable, that you could take forward as a Senzing engine runs in some of the biggest banks and biggest healthcare and biggest government agencies. It allows you to bring forward something that you could put your name on and go, okay, this is why we made the decision. And it's important. And we do it on a real-time engine, which is pretty unique in the market, because a lot of the contemporary methods that are used don't give you explainable results. It's just like it learned it in the model, and there's voodoo in there.
And let me add to that, because when you're thinking about the perspective of the business user, right? Like business people, are so often tasked to put together reports, right? Put together a report of customers, put together a report of suppliers, put together a report of, any people, companies that we're doing business with that are on a sanctions list, whatever it may be. And, thinking about sanctions, it's like the fines there are like hundreds of thousands of dollars, if I'm not mistaken, right? So it's like these things have to be very accurate. And business people are often doing this in Excel, where things are, are much more difficult to explain, right? It's like, how did you come to that answer? And like, why are you telling me we have, 456 customers, but, over here I've got some information that, that disagrees, right?
Hey, on Christoph's comment there about some experience there with the Senzing engine and explainability, uses the word verbose. The Senzing engine sends out a message. It's in JSON because we're a developer tool that has a lot of detail to it. But I will add, in some R&D that we've done, because all of Senzing's technical docs are public, the Chat GPTs of the world are trained on it, and we've thrown those Senzing JSON messages into Chat GPT, and it writes a very beautiful, short, very convincing narrative. So the bridge, Christoph, between Senzing's blah, 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 detailed down to the nth, up to, well, the reason why this record matched with that record, the score of an 83 on the address, is something that an LLMs are likely to show value.
Absolutely. I love it. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you for leading on those questions. I see one from Alejandra. What kind of documentation do you provide for features? On-screen documentation. So it's very, very simple. Let's see here. Again, thank you guys. I love the comments coming in. I love the engagement. Thank you guys so much. I'm really enjoying this. And I'm looking at the time here, so I want to take any remaining questions here. We can wrap things up. Give Jeff, a few minutes before his next meeting. Give everyone else a few minutes before their next meeting as well. So please shoot in any questions if you have any. Happy to take those questions. Explainability with Senzing. Thank you. Yeah, documentation is right there. Awesome.
Yeah, I'll just add, we're really excited about the partnership. Senzing's really just a developer tools to allow people to create really world-class products that have industrial strength entity resolution built into them. And you guys have just done a fantastic job working with the team and building out a user experience that's going to allow people to take things that used to be really expensive, really hard, requiring very specialty people, and people are going to be able to start solving these problems with getting their data matched more efficiently, and they're going to get more efficiency in their business. They're going to get more cost savings. They're going to get more effectiveness. They're going to get better results, and it's just, you've made it really approachable. Your curbside appeal is mwah. Yeah, I've never used that line or the voodoo one. I'm being creative here. I hope it conveys what I'm meaning.
Thank you so much, Jeff. The Senzing mission is to, make world-class entity resolution available for everyone, and I really feel that, we're better together, right? So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I think that's a good time to kind of wrap things up here. I don't see any other questions coming in. Sarah, thank you so much. Congratulations. Really appreciate it. Christoph, again, everyone that's commented in, everyone that's joined today, everyone that supported us along the way. I see there's Suzanne as well and Alejandra. Again, thank you everyone for all of your support. Thank you for joining today. Thank you for your comments, your questions. A big thanks to the Senzing team. Again, Jeff, love having you here. Truly appreciate the partnership. Thank you, and a big thanks to your team. Big thanks to the Match Data Pro team. And before we wrap up, Jeff, I'm going to throw it over to you. Any final words before we wrap up? I'll give that opportunity to you. I'll give that honor to you.
Hey, look at that.
I love it. I love it. Awesome. Well, thank you. Let's close it out there for today. Jeff, thank you so much. I hope everybody has a great rest of your day. And please feel free to reach out to us. It's senzing.com for more information on Senzing, matchdatapro.com for more information on Match Data Pro. Thanks,
Ben,
everybody.
Thank you. Thank you to your team for just doing a lot of really great work and bringing a very exciting product to the market.
Thank you, Jeff. Really appreciate it. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining.
Have a great day.